Hey everyone, welcome back to Warren's Everyday English. Today, we're going to talk about expressions related to family and relationships. When we talk about close relationships with family or friends, there are a lot of unique expressions we use to describe the relationship we have with them. These expressions are commonly used when talking about the important people in our lives. So, without wasting further time, let's jump right in. Look up to someone. So imagine you have someone you really admire, like a famous athlete or a person in your life who you think is really awesome. When you look up to someone, it means you think that they're really special and you want to be just like them. You might think that they're really cool or talented and you want to be as good as them or have similar qualities. It's like having a role model or someone you really respect and want to learn from. So here's some examples. She always looked up to her favorite author and dreams of becoming a great writer like her one day. My best friend looks up to that popular YouTuber and wants to start her own channel someday. He looks up to his favorite basketball player and practices his moves on the court to be as good as him. So in these examples, the phrase look up to is used to convey admiration, inspiration, and the desire to be just like them or follow in their footsteps. But besides using look up, there are also additional words we can use in place of look up to. For instance, admire or respect. These are common words we use. So for example, Bob admires Michael Jordan and wants to become a professional basketball player one day. An even stronger expression we use for look up to is idolize. We use this expression when we want to strongly express that someone strongly looks up to someone, almost to the point where he or she is obsessed with the person. So for instance, Bob idolizes Keanu Reeves. He cuts his hair and shaves his beard just like him. Bring up someone. So bring up someone, this means to raise or care for someone. So when you bring up someone, you have taken care of them, nurtured them, and helped them grow. So this is often used in the context of parenting or guardianship. So for example, my parents brought me up to be polite and respectful. He was brought up in a loving and supportive family. Another common word we use, as mentioned above, is raised. So for instance, my parents raised me to be respectful to my elders. Get along with someone. So think about having a friend or classmate who you really like and enjoy spending time with. When you get along with someone, it means that you have a really good relationship with that person. You both understand each other very well, have fun together, and don't have many problems or conflicts. You get along smoothly and have a positive connection with each other. It's like being good friends and getting along without any issues or arguments. So I really get along with my neighbor. We often have barbecues together and chat about our favorite TV shows. My dog and cat surprisingly get along with each other. They play and cuddle together all the time. Drift apart. So imagine you have a friend that used to be really close to, but over time, you've started to spend less time together and feel more distant from each other. When you drift apart from someone, it means that you are slowly growing apart or becoming less connected. So you may not have as much in common anymore, or you may be involved in different activities or have different interests. It's like slowly moving away from each other, both physically and emotionally, and feeling less connected or close as time goes on. It's a natural process that can happen in friendships or relationships when people change or their lives take different paths. So for example, we used to be best friends in elementary school, but as we got older, we drifted apart and started hanging out with different friend groups. We were close during our summer vacation, but once school started, we drifted apart. Our schedules got busy, and we didn't have as much time to hang out. Take after someone. When someone says you take after someone, it means you resemble or have similar characteristics to that person, usually a family member. It's like inheriting traits or qualities from them, such as, physical appearance, personality, or talents. So for example, let's say your dad is really good at playing the guitar, and you also have a talent for playing the guitar. You can say, I take after my dad in playing the guitar, meaning you have similar musical abilities like him. Or if someone tells you that you have the same smile as your mom, they might say, you really take after your mom with that smile. It's like being similar to someone either in looks or abilities because you have inherited or learned those traits from them. So some examples. My older sister takes after our mom in terms of fashion. They both have a great sense of style. People say I take after my grandmother because we both have a love for gardening and spending time outdoors. So like the examples, take after someone, it's used to describe similarities in talents, hobbies, personality traits, or physical appearance between individuals, usually within a family context. It also suggests that certain qualities or characteristics have been passed down or learned from a family member. Run in the family. So, run in the family means that a certain trait, characteristic, or condition is commonly found among different family members. It suggests that there is a tendency for that trait or condition to be passed down from parents to their children or across multiple generations within a family. So, for instance, if musical talent runs in a family, it means that many members of that family are naturally skilled at music. Similarly, if a certain medical condition runs in a family, it means that multiple family members have been affected by that condition. So just before, we went over the phrase take after. So run in the family and take after, they can sometimes be related, but they have slightly different meanings. So run in the family refers to a shared trait or condition among family members, while take after specifically emphasizes the resemblance or inheritance of certain traits or characteristics from a specific family member. In other words, run in the family implies that the multiple family members have a certain trait or condition, while take after suggests that an individual resembles or has inherited traits from a specific family member. So here's a few examples. My mom is an amazing cook, and it definitely runs in the family. My grandma and aunt are also known for their delicious recipes. We're a family of doctors. Medicine runs in the family, as my grandfather, father, and now my sister are all doctors. A good sense of humor runs in our family. We're always laughing and cracking jokes when we get together. Jane and her brother have high cholesterol, as high cholesterol runs in the family. So in these examples, run in the family highlights the idea that certain qualities or talents are commonly found among family members. Grow up. So as we may know, growing up refers to the process of getting older and maturing from a child to an adult. So grow up means you are gradually developing physically, emotionally, and mentally as you go through life. You learn new things, gain skills, and become more aware of the world around you. So, for instance, when you're a baby, you rely on your parents for everything. But as you grow up, you learn to walk, talk, and take care of yourself more. You start going to school, making friends, and discovering your interests and passions. So here's a few samples. I can't believe how much you've grown up. It feels like just yesterday we were playing with toys together. When I grow up, I want to be a famous singer and perform on big stages all around the world. Growing up, I played baseball with my brothers. Fall out with someone. So fall out with someone has a big meaning. When you fall out with someone, it means that you have a disagreement, argument, or conflict with that person, and as a result, your relationship becomes broken. So say for instance, you have a friend and something happens that makes both of you upset or angry with each other. You might start arguing or not talking to each other anymore. That's when you can say you have fallen out with that person. So falling out with someone indicates you used to be friends or had a good relationship, but because of a disagreement or conflict, things have changed and you're not getting along anymore. It's like a break in the friendship or relationship. So here are some examples to help you understand a little bit better. Tom and his neighbor fell out because of a dispute over parking spaces. Laura fell out with her best friend when she discovered that her friend had been spreading rumors about her. Steve and John had a falling out because John had borrowed money from Steve but never paid it back. So we just went over and learned a lot of useful expressions when it comes to family and friendships. I hope you've learned a lot today, and I'll see you folks in the next video. Take care, everyone.